Take me somewhere to warmer weather, to something better than here right now. 'Cause the days get longer, the nights grow colder, a lonely shoulder when you're not around.
This is Mulligans, where life gets messy, love gets complicated, and second chances just might save the day. Let's begin. Chapter 17. Chase was stooped over, rummaging around in the fridge when Nathan walked into the kitchen. I was just gonna make a sandwich or something. You want one? The look on Nathan's face when Chase looked up was a delicate mixture of trepidation and determination. He closed the fridge as quietly as he could manage and stood silently, not wanting to distract the man from his mission. Nathan took a step closer and his eyes flickered with fear before meeting Chase's steadily, as if searching for his courage within them. "Chase, he started, and then paused, looking away as if the words had scurried into the kitchen corner and he must retrieve them before starting again. I think that Chase stepped closer and laid a comforting hand on his shoulder. This time the touch seemed to hit its mark, and Nathan did not shrink away from it. "It's okay. I know." His words seemed to lift a giant weight from the man's shoulders, one he was now willing but not yet able of ridding himself of alone. "It's all right. Everything's going to be all right." Nathan stepped closer, his hulking shoulders slumped like a little boy who'd been chastised, and Chase drew him into a hug. They stood there, embraced against the world and all its discomforts that existed outside of the little sanctuary they had created in this kitchen. And now, as Chase truly experienced the moment, he realized how improbable and yet vitally important that they found themselves in it. He wasn't sure what more words of comfort he could offer or how to proceed, and so he remained as he was, holding the man in silence. It was Nathan who spoke first. "I've never been with..." "Shh, it's okay." The words flowed out of Chase like a lullaby as he gently rubbed Nathan's back. "I have no one else to talk to," Nathan mumbled into Chase's shoulder. "Don't worry, I'm here," Chase reassured him as he held Nathan tighter. Nathan lifted his head and looked into Chase's face, smiling a silent thanks, and then rested his forehead against the boy's. It was a communal bond, a gesture both paternal and intimate. And then Nathan slowly lifted his chin and met Chase's lips. Gently, tentatively, and so softly that Chase barely registered it at first with his eyes pressed closed. It was an invitation. Chase opened his eyes and pulled back slightly in surprise. He had not anticipated this. That he might act as a companion and comfort to the man, surely, but that Nathan would be thinking of him romantically had not entered into the realm of possibilities he had considered. And yet, as he looked at the man, he knew instinctively that Nathan embodied what he was searching for. The attraction had been palpable since they'd first met, and now, here were the seasoned, handsome features he found so desirable in his best friend, a torturous infatuation that would never conceivably be reciprocated, and a man capable of bestowing on him the love of a father he'd never truly known. Chase leaned in and kissed Nathan, a cautious signal that the gesture was accepted. It was fragile and perfect. The men pulled apart and spoke volumes with their eyes, each checking, reassuring, and double-checking as they used restraint in exploring each other through kisses. Neither spoke, both excited by the magic they were creating and terrified any one word might dispel the intense perfection that was taking place. The evening was wearing on and twilight had gathered her cloak across the yard when Nathan reached down and took Chase's hand, leading him out of the kitchen. Chase kept his eyes fixed on Nathan's back as he followed through the house and into the room he'd never seen. Nathan crossed to his bedside lamp and dimmed it, giving the bedroom a soft, warm glow. When he turned back, Chase was sitting on the bed, watching and breathing heavily, his chest rising and falling under his t-shirt. "Are you okay?" Nathan asked, sitting on the bed beside him. Yeah, Chase managed to get out. Just nervous, I guess, and excited. I've never been with, anyone either. Nathan smiled and gently took his hand in his, kissing it softly. You are so handsome. Look who's talking. Chase laughed nervously. I'm not even really sure what to do. I'm sure we'll figure it out, Nathan replied as he leaned in and kissed Chase's neck. Chase thrilled at the feeling of Nathan's stubble grazing his chin, at the smell of the man this close, and at how his large hand wrapped effortlessly around his own. Soon Nathan had slipped one of his hands up Chase's shirt and explored his skin. Chase reached out and timidly began to undo the buttons on Nathan's shirt, slipping his hand inside. The man's chest was so warm and he could feel his heart beating thunderously under the palm of his hand. Chase turned his mouth to meet Nathan's and kissed him ravenously, as if Nathan was the very food he'd been craving after a famine. He only pulled his mouth away long enough to stand and let Nathan pull the t-shirt up and over his head. Chase quickly bent over and tore through the remaining buttons on Nathan's shirt and pushed it off the man's shoulders before pushing him down on the bed and falling on top of him. His breath caught in his throat at the sensation of their bodies colliding, skin against skin. They groped and grabbed each other in a violently desperate attempt to express a lifetime of repressed yearning. It was more than Chase had ever suspected. More satisfying, more liberating, more erotic, more connected, more sensuous, more powerful, more exquisitely brutal and viciously loving than anything he'd ever encountered. And when they had finished, they lied contentedly in each other's arms, breathing heavily and desperate to remain undivided.
And that's a wrap on this chapter of Mulligans. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and that it got you thinking about the complex relationships we all navigate, the ones that challenge us, change us, and ultimately shape who we become. If this chapter spoke to you, or if you're reflecting on the big questions of love, family, or second chances, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below or hit me up on social. Whether you're pondering Tyler's journey, Chase's emerging sexuality, Nathan's dilemma, or Stacy's challenges, or just want to share your own thoughts, I'm here for it all. Don't forget, if you're craving more, you can grab your very own copy of Mulligans. The paperback, ebook, and audiobook are available with links in the show notes. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button so you won't miss the next chapter. Trust me, things are about to get even more interesting, and I can't wait to share it with you. Until next time, remember, second chances are just around the corner, and love can always find a way, no matter how messy it gets. Keep dreaming big and loving boldly. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next chapter of Mulligans.
Take me somewhere to warmer weather, to something better than here right now. 'Cause the days get longer, the nights grow colder, and lonely shoulder when you're not around. Tell me, do you want me right now? I don't wanna wait to find out. I need you to love me lights out tonight. Will you let me till the sun goes down? Will you love me till the stars burn out? And tell me, do you see a future filled with me? 'Cause I do. I see you, I see you, you, you. 14 hours and 14 days, yeah, it feels